Have you ever just looked back at yourself, you know, I wonder why I said them cuss words? Happens to me a lot, y'all. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Y'all know who it is. Tourette coming back at you with another video. Y'all, every so often I like to make videos about my Tourette's because I do have ADHD and Tourette syndrome. There have been several people who have mentioned, looking at me, they think I may have Asperger's. Asperger's is a higher functioning form of autism, but that's been mentioned. And when I go back and look at some things, research, that is a possibility. Now, I have not been checked for that, but I do have an official diagnosis of moderate Tourette's with ADHD. We do know that. Anyone that looks at me absolutely will say, oh yeah, that boy's ADHD. He got it bad. But for the people who are new to the channel, that's why I like to put these videos out every so often, just to remind people, hey, I do have Tourette syndrome, which is why my channel is called the Tourette Trucker. And in November of 2022, I actually changed the name of my corporation to Tourette's Trucking Incorporated to go along with my YouTube channel, Tourette's Trucker. And since I've got Tourette's, why not embrace the suck, as they say. That was on the movie Beastly, kind of like a Cinderella type, I don't know, where this dude thought he was all that and then some in a bag of chips, and then one of the Olsen twins was the witch and she turned him into a beast and he had to have someone fall in love with him. Well, you know, her thing was embrace the suck. Well, I embrace the suck all the time, which is I get comments about, why are you making them sucking sounds? I do have people that leave comments on my channel where they're like, what's up with the sucking? What's up with the sucking? What's up with the sucking? So that's why I put these videos out every so often. The sucking is part of my Tourette syndrome. I cannot control it. No matter how much I try, I cannot control it. And sometimes I am aware of it. Now, there are plenty of times I have no clue that I was doing it until I go back and watch a video and like, man, it was really bad through that video. But that is a part of my Tourette's. Also, shoulder shrugs, eyeball ticks, and as my wife calls, you know, eyeball rolls, things like that are part of it. Dun dun dun, good timing, right? That's the wife. But, you know, cussing and profanity, that most people think anytime they hear Tourette's, they automatically think like Deuce Bigelow, where he went to go pick up the girl and take her out on a date and she was the cuss. So
I have Tourette syndrome and it causes me to have these uncontrollable outbursts. Ball sweat! I just like a nipple biter!
What are you talking about? You barely notice it.
Jizz trap! Fart! Dildo! Big titties! Shit whore!
Hey, let's put the top up. I'll put on the air conditioning.
they took her to a ball game where they're cussing, where, you know, everybody thinks that's all Tourette's is cussing. Tourette's isn't just strictly cussing. But now, there are plenty of studies that show people with Tourette's are more prone to cussing, as opposed to just normal. Now, of course, stress brings out Tourette's even worse. Now, you can have Tourette's when you can have your tics and all that, but even in my diagnosis, it clearly states in my diagnosis, when I'm stressed or agitated, the Tourette's will get worse. And that's in my official diagnosis. It states that. that when I'm agitated or stressed, the Tourette's gets worse. So my suckings and everything else, and tics and shoulder shrugs and all that bull mess will start to get freaking worse. Now I've got real bad leg tics where my legs are always flexing. By the time I shut down at night, my legs, especially my right one, is exhausted. My wife will tell me, you know, I'll pass out and I'll go to sleep, and then while I'm asleep, she says my leg is just flexing while I'm asleep. Even in my sleep, my body will still tick while I'm asleep at night. So these are some of the things that you can't control. It's involuntary. That's why, you know, it's in your central nervous system. Tourette syndrome is in the central nervous system. It's involuntary movements you can't control. You can throw stuff, you can cuss. There's a channel that I actually like, BMX Tourette's. I think it's his channel, I can't remember exact channel, on Instagram. I follow him because he's actually a freestyler. Because I used to freestyle on bikes. Ride quarter pipes, half pipes, and flatland. He does flatland freestyle on bikes. And that's what kind of drew me to his channel. Like, oh, now that's cool. But he's got Tourette's. His Tourette's is really bad. So not everybody's on the same scale. Everybody's got different scales of the Tourette's, and they have different ones. Some are phonic tics, vocal tics. Like the cussing would be considered the vocal. I guess my phonic and noises, and sometimes I'll make like a sound. I don't know if you can hear that on camera. So those will be considered, I guess, phonic tics. So, you know, there's different stages and different degrees of it. And like I say, we can't control it. So for people who watch my videos, I know some of my videos are hard to watch because of the sucking. People just get... Now, I am trying to improve my videos. Now, I have 4 GoPros mounted in my truck now. Trying to get different camera angles and views, trying to switch it up a little bit to make it a little more not so bland. I'm working on that, y'all, so just bear with me on my channel. It's eventually going to be corporate. I still have some older videos I have to put together, but I actually think I still have like 6 more videos to put together before the new ones will start. New fresh videos will start coming out. So I am behind, y'all. Y'all just keep aware. I am behind on my videos. Still got some other stuff to put together. While I was home, I wanted to spend some time with my wife while I was home. Plus, I was working on the truck and everything else. So I didn't really put videos together. So I am behind now that I'm out here down in Miami. I do have a little more time to put some videos together. So I am trying to get these put together and get these put out until I get caught back up, y'all. So bear with me. But yeah, just be patient, y'all, with me. I know I've got a video I just released where I cussed and dropped the F-bomb and all that because the fuel nozzle jumped out of the freaking tank. And, you know, I said, I'm tired of this shit. Well, I dropped the F-bomb first. Because in my 2 Peterbilts, which we have 2 of, I have my black one right there. I don't know if you can see it behind me. So they have anti-siphon caps in them. So since they keep you from stealing fuel, there's really not a good lip for the nozzles to stay in there good. Well, when I went up underneath the freaking hose, when I moved the hose up for me to go underneath it, that was just enough movement to freaking knock the fuel pump. So the nozzle come out of the ground, hit the ground, and of course it shut off. But it still spilt that little bit on the ground, and it still come out, and it, you know, as it flew out, it shot it up on the back of the freaking sleeper until it hit the ground, and bam, and then of course it automatically kicked it off. But you know, that's the second time it's done that. So I saw, like I said, I'm tired of this shit. So I have bungee cords now holding it. But of course I cussed, because most people will cuss under a stressful situation. And if anybody has seen any of my incidents involving wrecks and my side swipes and things like that, you will know I'm going to drop the F-bomb. Is the F-bomb and cuss words part of my everyday vocabulary? No, they're not. But that's part of the Tourette's. And that they will tell you that Tourette's, profanity, you are more prone to profanity. So please be aware of my videos. I will drop the F-bomb. I will drop some language in some of my videos, but that's not in every one of my videos. When I do show something that's a stressful, like the video that I just recently released, I started that off. I sent that to someone and he's like, use that as the opener, use that as the introduction, you know, for the video. So I did. He's like, people will sit there like, oh, I've got to see this. It can kind of be clickbaity if you want to say it that way, but so be it. But it is. But that's not the whole video. That's just that one little part, like a little freaking 5-10 second clip, and that's all there is in the video as far as profanity. But you know, it will come out with people with Tourette's, y'all. So please bear with me, y'all. I can't control it. It's involuntary. I have no control whatsoever of my Tourette's. When I think about it, it actually makes my Tourette's worse. Because now that I'm thinking about my tics, I'm thinking. So now I'm stressing out because when I think, like right then, I noticed that. When I think about my Tourette's, I'm more aware of my Tourette's. When I'm more aware of my Tourette's, I'm stressing out about making the sounds in my Tourette's. So now that triggers the Tourette's even more. So it's always best for me not to even think about my Tourette's, because then that's just going to agitate it even more and make it worse. So there are times when I get stuck trying to say something, and now my sucking sounds are one of my ones that's worse. I'll go to bed, throat's completely dry from constantly sucking. I always have to have drink available constantly. I'm drinking, I drink. I don't eat as much, but I drink, because I'm always sucking air and drying out my throat. So I'm always having to have drink. So just be aware, y'all. This is why I make the sucking sounds if you're new to the channel. Like I say, and then I try to put a new one out here saying why I have it, or why I make the sounds, just for the new subscribers, so you'll know that it is called the Tourette's Trucker because I have Tourette's syndrome. Anyway, y'all, hope everybody enjoyed my little video. I would say short, but I'm sure it's not short. Anyway, y'all, we'll catch y'all on the next one, y'all. Peace out.
I got a job in the valley, but today I